everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me here today for a video that's a little bit different. I kind of wanted to do something very special, and no, before you ask, I did not get a new job at Pizza Planet, although that would be awesome if that actually existed. Today, I'm going to do something very special. I'm going to show off one of my most favorite collections. As you guys know, I like to collect Funko Pops, and more recently I've started collecting a few wrestling figures and also the stuff that I'm going to be showing you today. Now, growing up and as a little kid, Toy Story has been one of my favorite all-time movies. I like all the little short films that they do too. I love the Buzz Lightyear cartoon that they did. And more recently, I've gotten into starting a Toy Story collection, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. I have a lot of figures, Funko Pops, a few vintage things, some pretty cool stuff, and some stuff that I've had for a long time. So, with my Pizza Planet hat and my Pizza Planet shirt on, let's roll on over and check out the collection. Alright, so here we go, you guys. This is the entire collection. I'm going to go through everything and show you everything that I got. I'll start up top and then I'll start to work my way down. And we'll kind of talk about everything as we go along. I say we start up here. This is a vintage RC from one of the original Toy Story lines. It's not in scale with the rest of everything like in the movies. This is for some smaller plastic figures. Something kind of cool that I noticed about this when I bought it, I paid $25 for it. Yeah, pretty expensive, but it is very cool, very vintage. The box has been opened. I opened it up, and also it was already opened before, but oh well, I still like it. But something very cool is that it still has the original price tag on it from Walmart. So this costs $10. Think about some of the toys that come out nowadays. They're like freaking $40 for something like this, and this was only $10, so it's pretty crazy. I really like the style of it. This isn't my only RC, as you'll come to see here in a little bit, but I still like it. I like having an RC. You know, maybe someday once I come across the one that's in scale with all the rest of these, I'll probably pick it up, but for now, I really like having this vintage one, and it sits up here at the top. Yeah, I've kind of reorganized this entire thing like 6 times by now, and I'm sure probably after I'm done filming this, I'll probably have reorganized it again. Something that you'll notice is that a lot of these are still in the boxes, and I'll explain why. It's because all of these are part of the Toy Story Signature collection, so they come as they look in the movies, movie accurate, and they come in the movie accurate boxes. So that's one of the big reasons why I bought this Buzz Lightyear, was because it comes in the actual packaging from the movie. That's something that I always wanted as a little kid, was a Buzz Lightyear action figure that came in the exact same box. It just never happened, and then I heard that they did them, but it was only at like Disneyland and stuff like that, and obviously I don't live near a Disneyland or a Disney World or something like that, so I was very excited to see these. So the first 2 that I bought were the Woody and Buzz. We're going to talk about the Woody here. Now, like I said, they're all in the boxes. One day I probably will take them all out of the boxes. I'll do it carefully so I can keep the boxes intact. But for now, they're just all going to stay in the boxes until I find like some good shelving for them all. But I really do love this Woody. It's very cool. It's got the pull string in the back. Looks really good. The face mold looks good. Has the hat somewhere off to the side along with his little certificate of authenticity. Let's see, we got Jesse down here, kind of similar box, similar setup, got the hat, got the certificate. This is actually something that I picked up more recently. This is a Funko Pop t-shirt combo that I got at FYE. It comes with, yeah, a glow-in-the-dark alien Funko Pop and a claw machine t-shirt. I don't know if the shirt is glow-in-the-dark too, but I really like that. I already have one of the not original, but one of the aliens from Toy Story 4, but it's not glow in the dark. I've taken the plastic off, I just haven't taken the pop out of the box yet, just because, like I said, I'm waiting to get some better shelving so I can display all of this better. This is the Toy Story 4 version Slinky Dog. I keep the feet in this packaging just so, like, the back of it doesn't kind of mess up and the slinky in the middle doesn't get tangled. But I really like this rather than some of the other versions that they had, where like the string came out of the face. I just thought that looked so horrible. This looks a hell of a lot better. I'll keep the string on just because it came with it. But yeah, I really like this Slinky Dog. It looks really, really good. So here we have Buzz Lightyear. Like I said, I love seeing this in the packaging. It even has the wings on the side. I have them kind of pushed in right now. I took him out of the box for a little bit just so I could really appreciate it. He's got the buttons. Let's hear him talk.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger.
Yeah, I really like that if you hold it here long enough, you'll see his face kind of creepily like revert back to the middle and stare at you. Hold on a second. Yeah, you see him do it? That was very creepy. It's creepy when he like stares all the way off to the side and then he reverts his head back to you. It's like he's actually staring at you. This one I bought off of off of Amazon. I think it was like $30, which is actually really good. It doesn't have a certificate of authenticity, but it still looks awesome. This is the Evil Emperor Zurg. It comes in his packaging from Toy Story 2. Really love it. He also has a button that makes him talk. So yeah, he looks very, very cool. He's got the light up eyes, he's got the ion blaster and all that stuff. Really cool. Sticking with the Buzz Lightyear theme, we have the space aliens from Pizza Planet. What are you guys doing here? You're supposed to be at work. But yeah, they come in some awesome packaging as well. Also come with a certificate of authenticity. Let's see, we'll move on to Bullseye here. Bullseye is one of the most interesting ones for me in my collection, because I already have a Bullseye, I just don't know where it is. It's not one of the newer Bullseyes. Hold on, I'm trying to get this to focus. There we go. It's not one of the newer Bullseyes, it's one of the vintage Bullseyes from the Toy Story and Beyond collection. And if you guys don't know what the Toy Story and Beyond collection is, a very interesting story about it was, after the first Toy Story movie came out, they weren't sure if they were going to be making any more Toy Story movies, but they still wanted to get that money from all of the cool characters and stuff like that, so they started coming up with their own lines of toys called Toy Story and Beyond, and they would just come up with random ideas for, like, toys to sell, like Fire Woody or stuff like that. There's Holiday Heroes, Buzz and Woody, and then Toy Story 2 came out and they started coming up with even more ideas for Toy Story and Beyond, like Zurg and Woody with Woody's Roundup and all that. And they came out with a Bullseye as a part of that line, and that's the one that I originally had. I think it's somewhere in storage right now. I really wish I would have found it for this video, but I could only find one thing in storage. I'll talk about it here. That character is also from Toy Story 2. Most of the stuff that I have here are from the first two Toy Story films. I haven't really dabbled into Toy Story 4 or Toy Story 3 that much, just because I don't really hold those too close to my heart, besides the first two ones, but, you know, I still love them. But yeah, the Bullseye here is really great. He has a Try Me button, which is behind this awesome Mr. Potato Head. I'll talk about him here in a second. But yeah, you press this and he neighs, and then he also shakes. Yeah, that's what the vibrating sound is. It's his galloping sound, so that's pretty cool to have that on the Bullseye. And then the Bullseye, the Jessie, and the Woody all come with like really cool display stands so they can stand up straight. I really love it. This Mr. Potato Head, like I said, this is another vintage Mr. Potato Head. This is one of the first Toy Story version Mr. Potato Heads, and it's obviously not one that you can take the pieces off. Instead, it's one that you would push the hat down, and then he would speak. Now, obviously, this is broken. I think I got it for maybe like $2, so it was a really cool find, but I have the idea of someday, they have a movie accurate Mr. Potato Head, but it goes for a lot of money right now. But I was thinking, I do a lot of work with clay. What if I bought a Mr. Potato Head and then I molded like the nose and the ears and like the eyes and the eyebrows? If I molded all that out of clay and I just put it on the other Mr. Potato Head, and I also have to keep this vintage Mr. Potato Head, I feel like that would be a pretty good compromise. So I love this Mr. Potato Head. Hopefully in the future I can find an even better one to go alongside this one. It's very cool. Obviously I wasn't going to have the little green aliens without their father, so I'm happy to have those in the collection as well. Let's see, I'll talk about this one here real quick, just because it's not really anything vintage or anything. Hold on there, Rex. I just picked this up at Target just because I thought it looked great. This is ham. This is an actual, like, metallic piggy bank. It's got some cash in it. I really like that it actually comes with a cork. I know there's an actual movie version out there that comes in, like, the signature collection stuff like that. I just saw this and I liked it, and I thought it was pretty cool that it was an actual piggy bank, so I picked it up. Money well spent and money well earned in the back of them there. So very nice to have that one in the collection as well. I guess we'll talk about him since he's starting to fall over here, along with something else very vintage. So this is my Rex. This is one of the Toy Story 4 Rexes. It's not one of these signature collections. I had to make sure that this one was big enough to go in my collection because there were a lot of photos of ones that were very deceiving, saying that they were in scale with the signature collection. So I had to look online, but he fits pretty well in. He's kind of rubbery, the tail comes off and all that jazz. His mouth doesn't really move that much. Like I said, he's made out of rubber, but I'm happy to have this in the collection. He's one of my favorite characters, or secondary characters from Toy Story, so I'm very happy to have him in the collection. This is another small thing. Like I said, I have multiple RCs. I just saw this at my Walmart one day, and I picked it up. I think it was like $1 or something. I really like how much detail they got in on the RC car. I like that he has the little antenna, which I actually noticed the antenna isn't on my vintage RC, so that's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, little RC car, Hot Wheel rider. I think there's also a Pizza Planet one, so I'll have to keep my eye out for that one to go with this. Let's see. This is also from Toy Story 4, but he appeared in the little short film before the original Toy Story. The tiny guy, I can't remember what his name is. Oh my god, I used to be able to remember it so well. But yeah, I'm trying to get it to focus in on him. Come on. There we go. But yeah, I'm happy to have him in the collection. Very cool character, very great design. Happy to have him in the collection as well. This was something that I had just found recently. This is my Stinky Pete toy. Like I said, he's very old, he's very dirty. He's got like cobwebs in the back of his hat, or maybe that's his hair. This is, like I said, from the Toy Story and Beyond toy line. He's very old, like I said, very dirty, very cool though. This is kind of my only Stinky Pete that I have. They haven't released some kind of like signature collection Stinky Pete. That is definitely one that I would buy. There's also another one that I would buy that I will talk about here in a second. But before we get to that, we have the Bucket of Soldiers. Not really much to talk about here. It's part of the... Oh, sorry, Woody. It's part of the signature collection as well. It comes with 72 different soldiers. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, stuff like that. It would have been even better if it also came with like some kind of form of the baby monitor, but obviously they couldn't fit that much in. I think this was kind of the cheapest out of all of the Target exclusive signature collections. I think this one was like $30. Now that I meant to think about it, this was a hell of a lot of money to spend, but hey, I mean, honestly, it was worth it because I have a little piece of my childhood now here with me all the time. This Woody I've had for a long time. This is one of the vintage Toy Story Woodies. Yeah, what year is this from? Huh, it doesn't say what year it is, but yeah, it's one of the older ones. The hat doesn't come off. Also, the hat is kind of bitten up from, I'm guessing, one of my dogs when I was a hell of a lot younger. But yeah, he's one of my vintage ones that I've had for a long time. I've given away a lot of my toys, including a lot of my Toy Story ones. I remember I used to have the freaking red, white, and blue, like, Star-Spangled Banner Buzz Lightyear, and then, like, after a while, I just started growing out of toys, and so I gave them away to, like, either family members that were still young and would appreciate them, I thought, or I sold them in, like, yard sales and stuff like that. So if you get anything out of this video, it's that if you still have some of your toys from when you were younger, do not just throw them away or give them away. Hold on to them. Trust me, they will be worth a hell of a lot in the future. I don't know how much this type of Woody is going for. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I would ever give it away. Maybe I would give it to my own kid or something like that. But definitely one of my favorite figures that I have. So the last thing that I'm going to show you guys here out of my collection today are all of my Toy Story Funko Pops. I am missing one more that I would want in my collection, and that is Rex. And the reason why I'm missing him is because he's so hard to find, and the ones that are on like Amazon are really, really expensive. So yeah, I feel like I would have better luck just finding them at a random store somewhere, which is kind of the case with a lot of these. Jessie and Bo Peep I found at just GameStops. These are part of the Toy Story 4 lines. I have one of the newer Bo Peeps, but I decided to keep this one instead and sell the newer one, just because I kind of like this classic look better from Toy Story and Toy Story 2. Like I said, I like those two movies the most, so I was going to have that version of Bo Peep. This one I found at a local toy store of mine, and it was such good luck that I actually found it. Didn't come with a box, but still comes in really great condition. I think I paid like $12 for this, so that was a really good find. Even if it wasn't in the box, I don't really care. Same thing with this flocked Bullseye. I found him at the same store. He did come with a box, and like I said, he's the flocked version, which I think is even cooler. So I was happy to find him. This Slinky Dog I found at a craft store, which was pretty crazy. I did not think that they would have Funko Pops there. And I was just like looking around for like clay. Obviously, like I said earlier, I work with clay a lot. So when I found these like sitting on a shelf with a bunch of frozen ones, I was like, I'm definitely getting this. It was this Slinky Dog. I saw this Mrs. Nesbit Buzz Lightyear with the little detached hand, which I thought was pretty cool. There's the little alien that I talked about earlier. And then I found one more at that craft store. I'll mention it here in a little bit. This was the most recent thing for my Toy Story collection that I bought, the RC with Woody Funko Pop thing. I've been pressured quite a bit into buying this every time I go with my siblings to like GameStop or something like that, and they see this. They're like, Jacob, you have to buy this, like it looks so cool, and I'm like, yeah, it does look really cool, but like I don't have a lot of space, and you know, sometimes I see it and it's very expensive. But I had like a gift card for GameStop from Christmas, so I used the gift card to buy this. So now it sits in my collection. It looks very cool. So now I have the Mrs. Nesbit Buzz Lightyear and the RC Woody, both from the original Toy Story film. So I'm very happy to have both of those in my collection. Alright, the final three things we're going to talk about here in the collection are these last three Funko Pops. This Wheezy Funko Pop was the other Funko Pop that I found at that craft store. As soon as I saw this Wheezy, I knew immediately I was buying it, because Wheezy is one of, he actually is even higher than Buzz and Woody. He is my top favorite Toy Story character, and I really hope that one day they make a signature collection version of Wheezy. I just feel like that one would look very, very cool. But yeah, he comes here with the microphone singing You Got a Friend in Me. There's a little clay. Oh no, Woody. Oh no, he's gonna have to be shelved. I have this little clay Luxo ball that I made. The star's kind of messed up, but I still feel like it turned out pretty well. There's this Toy Story 4 Sheriff Woody with a little rope, which is kind of weird because I don't remember him using a lasso in the movie, but, you know, I guess it goes with his character. Looks pretty cool. And then we have one of the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyears here, which looks very cool. There was also, at the same store that I got my Bullseye and my Ham, they had the original two Buzz and Woody Funko Pops out of the box, but they still looked in very good shape. I don't know, maybe someday if I go back to that toy store, maybe I'll have to pick those two up, because they looked really, really cool. And I'm pretty sure they were the same price as the Ham, so $12 for each of those. Not that bad for the collection. But yeah, these three are my top ones, which is why I have them on the higher shelf. But yeah, Wheezy has got to be my favorite. Fingers crossed that someday we get a collection, or a signature collection version of Wheezy. So there you have it, you guys. That is my entire Toy Story collection for now, hopefully someday I'll get to show it to you again. Hopefully it's gotten even bigger, and hopefully it's on a nice fancy case with all of them out of their boxes and be able to play around, you know. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite Toy Story movie? What's your favorite character from Toy Story? Were there any favorite Toy Story toys that you had as a kid? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.